What is up, everybody? This is James Tatum, the host of the Gauntlet. I'm joined with the whole team here, and the original of the Four Horsemen is in the house. We got Tyler in the house, and let's see here. We got Tyler in the house, and this is just like the old days, man. Like JJ is not here because he's doing what he does, but we're here to talk about sports and say fuck the establishment and do what we do. So, what's up, fellas? How we doing tonight?
Good.
Welcome back, Tyler.
What's up? What's up? Good to be here as always.
That's what's up, man. So,
are you just on your phone, Ty? Where's your podcast setup? Well, I mean, you're not really a full-time podcaster anymore.
Yeah, I still have it.
Well, it was in the spare room, which is now the baby's room, right?
Correct. Yeah. So,
you traded podcasting for a baby? Gross.
But you didn't know she has a podcast talking about what is it that little girls like nowadays?
Oh, Dora the Explorer and
what does she watch?
Gabby's Dollhouse is popular right now for us. She does like Paw Patrol, even though they say that's a little boys thing. Yeah,
I was going to say Paw Patrol.
Yeah, she loves Paw Patrol. She loves Minnie Mouse. So Minnie Mouse is another one. She even watches SpongeBob, man. So
that's what's up.
Yeah,
that's what's up. That's a staple right there. But we got all our topics set up for tonight. The rapid fire segment is what we're going to get started with, and then sports morons as we always do. And Tyler in the house talk about his Packers because we want to see what is Jordan Love going to do to follow up last season. Won a playoff game.
Really, sophomore slump.
And we're gonna see that.
I don't either. I think he's the real deal.
I think
and the real question and segment that I'm looking forward to is all the NFL rules. Everyone knows that fans hate the refs and they hate these calls that happen. So what is the worst thing in sports right now that you would want to change in the NFL? So I can't wait for that conversation. But if you guys don't mind, let's go ahead and cue the music and get ready for another great episode. So I need somebody to volunteer to keep time to make sure that we stay on 1 minute. So
my watch doesn't have a second hand.
That's where we start with everything. So I'm just going to go through a few different segments, and we're going to see what you guys think. So Jim Harbaugh going to the Chargers is going to put this team in the AFC Championship game first year. Yes or no?
False.
No, you don't.
Absolutely fucking not. It's still the Chargers. The Chargers going Charger until further notice.
He's a culture setter, though. The San Francisco was in a bad spot when he took over, but is Justin Herbert going to have a career season, yes or no?
He'll have a good season, but he'll have
the best season of his career so far.
He had one without him. He did throw for 5,000 yards in 2021. So, do I think he'll get better as a passer? He should. Harbaugh is good with quarterbacks. I think he should.
I think statistically it will not be his best season. I think maybe record-wise and where they get in the playoffs, it should be his best year.
I think he might play smarter, if that makes sense. He might not statistically have better numbers, but I think he plays smarter this year.
That's all we got time for. So,
what is this? Part of the interruption now?
We only, I guess it is.
60 seconds.
That's what we're going to do. But,
technically, James asked 2 questions. We got off 2 questions.
We got off 2 questions. So, I mean,
I have not. I was going to try to ding something.
It's hard to do it with like 4 people and like 4 people answer a question. But we're going to move on, guys, to the Sports Moron of the Week. You guys know what this segment is about. This segment is about the dumbest takes in sports of the week. This segment is brought to you by Kirk the Intern.
Shout out to Cowboy. Pastor Ingham's words of worship today.
Once a member of the Sideline Sports family, always a member of the Sideline Sports family. So, Kirk, thank you for the ridiculous take at the NFL draft, which made me and John be disgusted with ourselves. But Sports Moron, does anybody here want to volunteer to kick us off? If not, I can get us started. Anyone want to take the mic?
I got one real quick. My real quick Sports Moron is to the good or not so good people at EA for only offering for the name, image, and likeness for the upcoming college football game this summer, because college football video games are back. They only offered them $600 and a copy of the game. Dude,
What?
Damn, they're cheap.
Do we
$600?
Do we need to remind people? Yeah, they offered them rent money for 1 month. Do we need to remind people how much money that college football brings in, and all they get is rent money and a copy of the game? Sports more on that shit.
That's some
All right, I'm
pretty
good.
cheap rent, bro.
That
lower than my rent.
Sounds like a good deal to me for like the guys that like
Yeah, the 78th man on the roster.
yeah, sounds like a good deal from those boys in Cornell. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, we gonna call that the Mr. Irrelevant deal. All right, I'm good. Whoever want to
All
go
right,
ahead.
Denzel, who you passing the mic to?
Man, let's go ahead and give it to our girl dad horseman down there. Go ahead, Big Ty.
all right. Sports moron of the week. I'm gonna be honest. I think it's Jameis Winston this week. I just can't believe, dude. I just can't believe him sometimes. Like I think it would have been smart for him to be a little bit more humble the way he words things. I know people like the way he talks, and he talks so, like this is gonna happen all the time. But like, saying he wants to be a Super Bowl winning quarterback. Dom alluded on the same thought I did when he commented. It's like, dude, try and get a starting gig. Like it's hard to be talking like that right now. You can't be eating W's or anything. Like
Juno told me dream big.
Yeah. I think it's ridiculous. He should have took a humble route on it. I don't think the moxie of Jameis Winston is going to win him any jobs. So Jameis Winston's my sports moron.
Jameis, he's hilarious though. Like if you've ever seen like some of his interviews, he just makes.
He's a clown. He's funny.
No, he really is funny as hell.
He's funny.
He's also funny style.
It's hilarious. The eating the W thing.
The players they did not know what the hell he was doing, but that was one of the greatest moments in sports. But Tyler, who you gonna pass the mic to, me or Dom?
Let's go with you, James.
Okay. I know everyone wants me to bring up the Chris Sims thing, but I feel like that would be too much of a layup. He said that Jalen Hurts is the most overrated player in the NFL. I think we can list a lot more players that is more overrated than Hurts. But I just feel like the media in Philly has just been ridiculous with the Eagles. I know the Eagles had a terrible ending to the season and everything and collapsed, and it was a mess. But all the things that people have tried to say to run out A.J. Brown from the team has been absurd. And you guys have to remember when the Eagles had a major problem with receiver. Like they had Rager and Greg Ward and, Travis Fulgham for a little bit. I used to be a huge Travis Fulgham fan, but all these receivers that were not good. And then you finally have a situation. You have Devontae Smith and you have AJ Brown. And you have two guys that are really, really good. And you put AJ under a microscope and say he's a cancer and he's selfish because there's videos of him yelling at people on the sideline. His passion for the game.
It's wild.
He called into the Philly radio station WIP and basically put everyone on blast. It's like you guys are just the reason why I don't even like talking to the media, because whatever I say you're gonna like run with it and make a bullshit story, which is the truth. And I have nothing but respect for AJ for like standing on his business and doing what he does. And he gets upset on the sideline. I actually think that's a good thing because it shows that he actually does care about what's going on with the team. But people are gonna bring stuff up, but I just think as a whole, like the media has tried to run with whatever narratives they want to run with when it comes to the Eagles, when it comes to AJ Brown.
Chris Sims is a fucking douche nozzle.
Well, Jay apparently says he's a
I hope he's not at the draft because James, you're gonna have to pull me off him.
No, you know
I
what?
might
And
have to.
I mentioned this in the.
Are you guys all
group
going?
chat.
I'm
We're
gonna go.
trying
James
to.
is gonna go. Jay's trying to go.
We're trying to.
I have to go. Apparently,
Yeah, you
I've been
have to
told.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we actually ran
In your house,
into.
bro.
And I
we
don't
actually-
want to hear anyone. I don't want to hear anyone say Detroit because Dom used to get on me about it, and I hear other people say
Detroit.
it all the time.
Stand up.
I hear people say it all the time. Is Detroit? Dom don't get on any of them about it. Just me.
Oh, I will. I promise you. I will correct each and every last
Detroit.
person.
Detroit.
Hey, I say Detroit, but that's just I was saying, Megan. The comments are lighting up right now about Chris Sims, and I mentioned in the group chat. We actually
Look,
ran
the
into
comments are
Chris
going off.
Sims. We ran into Chris Sims at Radio Road during Super Bowl week. Me and John Shear, and we actually brought up his take on him thinking Jalen Hurts was overrated, and he was B-boy stance. He's down at him like I stand on it.
Bro,
Now,
You have to, because otherwise, people call you Colin Coward.
Well, I don't really know what his problem is with Hurts. Like, I don't really know what Hurts has done to him, but he has a track record of hating on Hurts since he came to the league. When Hurts first came to the league, or after his quote-unquote rookie season, which when Wentz was still there, he played like 4 games. But his first year starting, he made a list that had like top 40 quarterbacks, and he had guys that were like second stringers, third stringers that was ranked over Hurts. So he has an underlying hate about Hurts, and I just don't think he can.
He just likes to say dumb shit to get reactions because he's not really that intelligent or insightful.
He doesn't
It's
say
like-
he doesn't say
it's
it
like
about
a-
Lamar. He doesn't say it
He's a
about
young
other-
Skip Bayless.
He doesn't say it about any of these other like young African American quarterbacks. So it really makes you wonder like what is his deal with Hurts. But I don't know, and I don't particularly care. But I guess we can move on now, and we can move to the.
Oh, look who's here!
Why is it when I go last, you always try to fucking skip me? This is why I hate going last. You do this like half the time. I'll be real quick. My sports moron goes out to you, anonymous Sportskeeda writer. I wish I had the list. Whoever this dick fuck at Sportskeeda is, has Caleb Williams ranked right now today as the 15th best quarterback in the NFL. This man has not thrown a pass.
Yeah.
This man does not play on an NFL team. And he's probably going to be drafted by the Bears, which
What's that?
automatically disqualifies him from being a top 15 quarterback, unless Jay Cutler's unretiring. Yeah, it's anonymous Sportskeeda writer. Do better, Sportskeeda.
JJ, what's up with you?
And
bro?
here's Happy Hour JJ.
So I just come
Happy
by.
Hour Joe.
So it's I realized when I'm out with my friends drinking, I was like, wow, this is the first time the real original Four Horsemen are on. Let me get on and tell them how much I appreciate them, how much I love them.
Okay,
I
that's the
miss
liquor
them.
talking.
I'm about 2 sangrias, 1 mojito, 1 margarita in.
Ooh,
But-
love mojitos. Miss them.
Yeah.
You know, but the place I went to, Tyler, it's not that great. But James, Jamon, Dom, Tyler, I really love and appreciate you guys. I'm actually about to step into this bar that I haven't been to in years, and I'm not really trying to be here, but I'm tipsy. Who cares? Let's go.
Thank you
Let's
for
go.
coming in, bro.
Let's
Hey, man, we
go.
love you.
Love you, bro.
Oh, no, Jay,
It's the
Jay,
weekend.
Jay, you know this. I did the regime from the Living Single.
Yo,
I did the regime from the Living Single. I got my
Tootie.
ponytail.
Hey, we gotta
JJ,
clip
you need to
that.
go on somewhere, bro. You need to go on somewhere,
We
bro.
gotta clip
Have fun.
that. We gotta clip that, man.
Have fun, man.
Oh, he said more on the week because he said Mike Tannenbaum is a sports more on the week because Russell Wilson should sign with the Jets. Yeah, absolutely, he's not. No, I love
Yeah,
you guys.
because Aaron Rodgers is going to the Vikings. Until it doesn't happen, it's happening.
I love
Yeah,
you
he's out of
guys.
his
And
damn
I wish
mind.
I could be you on Tyler. I'm very interested to hear your thoughts of your team because you and I have talked about them
Yep.
and we've talked about it at length with everybody. I love you guys. I'm about
Love
to
you,
get ready to
bro.
go because my friends are calling me over here. I love you
Happy
guys.
Hour Joe. Hey, catch a
All right,
Komodo
we'll see you,
dragon
brother.
tonight.
One
Have
more
fun.
margarita coming right up.
Tell Wendy I said hi.
Bye. It's not
Bye,
with Wendy.
man.
I'm with my girl.
I know you're not out with Wendy, but when you see her, tell her I said hi.
I will. All right, you guys.
All right, man.
All right.
Bye.
See you, brother.
Hey Tyler, you know what? You down there in South Florida? They make the mojitos pretty nice down there.
Oh yeah, they're real good down there.
It doesn't matter where you live. You don't have to be somewhere tropical to get a good mojito. They just have to know how much lime to not, or how much mint to not put in it. Hey, you want a mojito, Jay? Go get 4 different kinds in one 12-pack. You want a mango mojito? Brush your teeth. Mango
mojitos. We don't want a mojito.
He does. Brush your teeth. Mango White Claw. Mango mojito. Boom. Follow me for more recipes.
We want Cheeseheads. We want Green Bay Packers. We want to know, Tyler, what is up with your team? Because there's been a lot of changes.
Oh my God, are you a tattoo artist?
Shut up.
Mute him.
What is this team going to do to follow up the past season? They surprised so many people not to think that Jordan Love was going to be this impressive. So this is the main question that I want to ask. Do you think the Green Bay Packers, at some point, whether it's this year or in the future, can the Green Bay Packers win a Super Bowl with Jordan Love as their quarterback?
I definitely think it's possible. I actually think the Lions should be on high alert because I think Green Bay could win this division again next year. I do. They have cap space now. Once they get the David Bakhtiari gone, because it's inevitable that he's going to be gone, that's going to free up some more money for them. Some people have been saying...
Would you like Taylor Decker?
No.
Yeah, me neither. Keep going.
But it's going to free up some money. Some people are saying like the dead cap space, but he's going to get traded and someone's going to give draft capital for him. More than likely the Jets is my assumption because that's Aaron's buddy.
Yep.
But regardless, they have draft capital going into this draft. They just got a new defensive coordinator. I've been saying for a while now that I think Joe Barry was the issue with the Packers. He wasn't an aggressive defensive coordinator. I actually like the hire. Some people are like, oh, this guy's from Boston College. He's been defensive backs coach, for 3 different NFL teams, for Ohio State. At Boston College, he plays press coverage, which is going to be great for guys like Jair Alexander to be able to put his hands on people and kind of bump people and play more physical. I think with Green Bay now, what's going to be interesting about this draft is, for the longest time, I said I think they need to address the offensive line, get an offensive lineman early, but that's never been what Green Bay does. Green Bay likes to get those mid-flyer offensive linemen, build them up. They end up becoming great. I mean, Zach Tom is a monster, and we got him in mid-rounds. I think. With Hafley coming in as the defensive coordinator, you see Green Bay take a cornerback of his liking in the first round, and you pair him with Jair Alexander, and you start. Is
that what's going to happen? You're going to get the corner we wanted, like 4 picks ahead of us.
So let me jump in here real quick, Tyler, because this was in the news, but I think some people have forgotten about it a little bit. After the season. There was a post from Jair that said something about thank you to the Packers and all this stuff. So a lot of people were speculating that he's going to leave, but you think that he's going to continue to run it back with the Packers?
I think what's going to help him a lot is that they went out and they signed not just a coordinator that is a defensive coordinator that has skills elsewhere. They signed a guy that specializes with defensive backs. So I think Jair Alexander is going to understand that this guy is going to make him look like a superstar in defense. He's gonna look incredible next season.
So he's gonna succeed where Aaron Glenn has failed, because our corners are ass.
Yeah.
Aaron Glenn was getting a lot of respect around the league this past season, so I'm not sure why the league respects him so much, but Detroit Lions hate him.
Another thing is that everyone criticizes these college hires now when this has kind of become the norm with the NFL.
Yeah.
Like everyone, I remember I had some of my family members, and of course, they're Bears fans, and they like to give me a hard time. They thought it was like, oh, you got this guy from Boston College, you guys are going to be ass next season. And I'm like, but he's a defensive coordinator. He's a guy he was a defensive backs coach for the Browns, for the 49ers, for Ohio
Yeah,
State.
That's how it works. Like
he was a head coach at Boston College.
Yeah, you get promoted either from college head coach or from position coach in the pros.
I think it's honestly getting kind of silly that so many people get judged based off of where they came from. I'll be honest.
They do.
I think that like whole thing is kind of died. Like everyone going. Yeah. I remember the same thing with like unrelated, but to basketball. I remember when my boy CJ McCollum got drafted, everyone gave him a hard time because he was from Lehigh. You know?
Listen, man,
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where you come from.
All that matters is can you play? Can you coach?
Can you coach? Can you play? How much work do you put in? I look at this as Matt LaFleur got a guy that is going to really work and gel with him. And I think Jeff Hafley is a great hire for the Packers.
Coaching is so much different, though, because Boston College, as he said, is not the only place that he came from. Like it's not like he never has. He
has a resume.
So I'm going to let Jay jump in here real quick. What do you think needs to be like the biggest priority for Green Bay during this offseason?
In my opinion, offensive line. I'm pretty sure I align with Tyler's thoughts here. Biakatari, we don't know how much time he really has left. I think Biakatari's about 31, 32, Tyler?
Yeah, he's just been hurt so much.
Yeah, and whenever you're injury prone, that kind of adds on to your years, because if you're an injury prone 30-year-old,
you don't get less.
36.
You don't get it less.
Yeah, you don't get it less, you know what I mean? I actually dug up this USA Today article, and they had the Packers first rounders. They had Jordan Morgan, offensive tackle out of Arizona. And the other guy had Troy Fautanu, offensive lineman out of Washington. Not a bad pick. That was the guy that blocked for Michael Penix Jr. But Biakatari for so long had been like one of the premier linemen in the league. So when he leaves out, of course, you got to replace that. And why not with some youngsters? I mean, unless you just got the kind of capital to go out there and get a vet. But then again, I'm a big fan of start young and then build up. You know what I mean?
And they have some studs, man. Zach Tom, guy with 2 first names, is a stud on that line. He's a beast. He's one of the better. He's one of the better linemen in the entire league. You know, so they got some guys there. I agree that I think and I certainly wouldn't be unhappy if they went and got an offensive lineman in the first round. It's just the Packers have taken a defensive player in the past, in the first round in the past 9 out of 10 drafts, I believe.
Yes,
the last 9 out of 10 years. So to me, when you go out and you hire a defensive coordinator that comes from a defensive backs background, I kind of look at that as, oh, okay. I think he's going to go out and get one of his guys, one of his students, one of the guys that he's going to mold, especially with Eric Stokes kind of been injured a little bit. Still anticipating him to come back and play, decent. Nixon, Nixon's a great player with special teams and kick returns. He's not the best as a corner. He's not the greatest in coverage. I think we need to. I think in this draft, you are going to have to go after offensive linemen. I think it's possible that you add a running back in this draft. I think that's the one offensive piece, with especially not knowing what to expect if Dylan's coming back, if he's not coming back. He's kind of hurt a little bit last season too. And I'll be honest, I don't know if it's exactly working. Aaron Jones is just such a dog. I don't want to lose Aaron Jones for anything. I remember people gave me a hard time when we re-signed him and they thought we spent too much money. And I laugh at those people now because that dude shows up in the biggest moments.
He does, and now in a later round, it wouldn't hurt to take another running back because Aaron Jones, he's a stud, just like you said, but he's also 28 years old. I wonder how much time he has left playing at this level. You see what I'm saying?
Isn't A.J. Dillon going to be a free agent?
Yeah, but Tyler said he don't know if he's going to leave or not.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if they're gonna. AJ Dillon wants to stay with the Packers, but I don't know if he wants to that guy.
Get like get like somebody out of the third round, like just in case. Me personally, I think the Green Bay Packers, like as far as you can go fourth or fifth. I think the Green Bay Packers, just by my view, as far as the offensive line, I think they run block better than they pass block. That's not sitting there saying that they pass blocking his ass. It also helps that Jordan Love is mobile, But you see the holes they opened up for Aaron Jones.
I'm gonna go.
He running free. Go ahead, James. Sorry.
I'm gonna actually go in a different direction here when it comes to what I think the Packers need to add to the team. When you look at the great teams and winning teams and how they're built, they are built with trenches. Like, I already talked about the O-line, but I'm going to go in a direction, and I'm going to say that I really would be interested to see, will Green Bay go to edge rusher in the first round? Chris Braswell from Alabama, I think it's a good fit. 13 sacks last year, 56 pressures. I think that this is a guy that you can plug into.
Yeah, maybe a big body to stick right next to Kenny. Kenny Clark on the line. Yeah.
And
as long as you guys understand wide
receiver, that's what I would like to see. And I think that when you're trying to go deep in the playoffs and you got to play against like all these great quarterbacks, it's going to help to have that, like those great athletes on your defensive line that can keep guys in the pocket and chase them around and get pressure. So that's why I would say edge rusher, I would put that towards the top if I was Green Bay.
I think the two positions that we really don't need to fill right now are wide receiver and tight end. I think those are two positions that are solid. Everyone says we need to get a star wide receiver. I don't. I think we're set. I like our crew. I do. I think everyone, Jaden Reed played out of his skull last year for Dom's Spartans that we drafted him from. Like he was incredible last year. Watson still had moments at the end of the year. He showed flashes again. Dobbs was incredible towards the end of that year.
Who's the other tight end? Musgrave or his name? Something like that?
Musgrave's great. Tucker Kraft beast. I mean, Tucker Kraft's a dog, dude. Dude from South Dakota that blocks, that will punch you in the mouth, basically. He don't take shit from anyone. So yeah, I think we're set there. I think that's where we're really set. I think now it's like James said, I think edge rusher could be a possibility. I think running back is a possibility. I still think defensive back because, like I said, I think Hakefleet's going to want one of his guys, and I think Gutekunst, since they hired him, is going to kind of honor that and see, hey, what can you do with this guy? You're here for like 3 years as a DC. Let's let him get one of his guys and see what happens with him. Maybe develop him like a Jair Alexander. I do think offensive line is still a big need. I do agree with Jay. If the Packers went offensive line in the first round, I wouldn't complain. I just don't think that's their MO. Their MO is to take them into like the third or the fourth round, and then they play like first round talent offensively.
Yeah, absolutely. All really good points. Really
is Dom muted? I hear Dom talking, but I can't hear him.
Yeah, Dom, your audio needs to be fixed. So people are saying they can't hear you. So before we move on, guys, I'm just going to take a short break from all the action. We'll be right back. The Gauntlet is brought to you by the NGBN TV network, working hard to change men's lives. So, what do you guys think about the NFL rules? And everyone likes to watch the NFL, and everyone says when they watch, I'm going to boycott the NFL because the refs are so trash and they have all these calls. But we all know that's not. We all know that's not the truth. Even though we say that and we're dramatic, we don't mean it. Like we're gonna keep watching, but there's a lot of shitty rules in the NFL. We can agree about that.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna kick us off. And I actually have two, and both of them are on defense. The first one is defensive holding and pass interference and stuff. I think, in my opinion, that playing the corner position is the hardest position to play because you're playing against some of the best athletes in the game. So a lot of times they're the biggest, strongest, fastest guys on the field, and they're running at you full speed, and you're running backwards. And if you touch them, 15-yard penalty. So I just think the way that they have helped the offenses so much and put the defense in a bind when they're already basically in a tough situation anyway, especially secondary corners. Like, I think that's one. And we've seen so many pass interference calls and holding change the outcome of games over the last couple of years. And then the other one is obviously the roughing the passer.
Yeah,
you literally cannot even touch or breathe on the quarterback.
Yeah.
Or that's it. And we've seen it. We've definitely seen that call change a lot of games over the last few years. So those are the two ones I would say, both of them on the defensive side. I understand you want to make the game entertaining and help the offense, but you're doing way too much to benefit the offense. So those would be definitely two of the rules that I hate the most.
Solid. Yeah.
I got two of them myself. The first one is I would have coaches be able to challenge within 2 minutes, because we have seen
that's a great
some
one.
games come down to the wire and we see a call where we're like, we all kind of turn into Tony Romo. I don't know, Jim, but the referees don't do nothing. They don't not throw the flag, but they don't stop play. They don't take a look at it or anything. If it's the home team it goes against, the home crowd gets the board and everything. No, coaches should be able to challenge within 2 minutes of a half or the game. Also, and we saw this years ago, and I think it was the divisional round, Cleveland at Kansas City, the fumble in the end zone rule. Fumble in the end zone rule. Now,
that was mine.
Yeah. Now, how you combat that? If it's yours, no, go ahead, Dom. You good? Go ahead.
Oh, no. That's the worst rule in the NFL.
Okay, I thought that was going to be pick.
One of the worst.
Actually, hang on. The worst rule is, and they still don't know. I don't remember because I've tried to forget how many years ago that game against Chicago, the Calvin Johnson catch rule game. Yeah. The NFL still has no fucking clue what a catch is.
Nope.
Kinda,
but honestly, as terrible as that the fumble into the end zone, the touchback rule is, I can kind of see both sides. But you shouldn't lose possession of the ball. Maybe you retain possession and it goes back to the 20-yard line. But you can't.
I can do that unless you were closer in the red zone.
Not to cut you off, but the touchback rule is a rule that if it goes against your team, you hate it. But if it's your team that ends up happening and it benefits you, you're like, okay,
no,
I'm good with that.
I still hate it. I mean, I'm aware of the rule, and if Aaron Jones fumbles the ball going into the end zone and it rolls out of the end zone, I'm like, fuck yeah, our ball at the 20, but it's still
that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Atrocious rule.
Well, Tyler, I'm going to pass the mic to you now. What do you think? What's the worst rule in your opinion, and what would you think?
So before I get to the rule, I'm just going to say something that changed, a nuance of the game that I dislike, and that's how they changed the kickoffs in general. I miss kickoff returners. I miss watching Dante Hall and Josh Cribbs and them boys, run it back and it being, so much more electric watching that. I remember everyone talks about Hester, for example, but I remember that run that Dante Hall went on for the Chiefs, in which he was returning them regularly every week. He was
human joystick.
Yeah, he was incredible. That run was so special. I lived in Ohio for a while. I remember Josh Cribbs. When the Browns sucked, Josh Cribbs was the man, though. Yeah, Josh Cribbs gave him that life, and he was a quarterback at Kent State. Somewhere where I went to college for one semester.
Shout out to the Golden Flashes.
That's right. Golden Flashes, Mac, baby. Obviously, I graduated at FSW down here, but still, regardless. So I do miss that. But the worst rule ever in the NFL, to this day, and always will be to me, is the fucking tuck rule. I just still hate it. I hate the tuck rule because the tuck rule changed history for things. Like, if the tuck rule wasn't, and the fact that it was kind of created in that game with the Patriots and the Raiders, you know, that changed history forever in the NFL.
History changing call. You're right.
And I think if that rule doesn't happen, and I still strongly believe this, I don't know if Tom Brady is where he is right now without that rule.
A lot of people have said that.
You know,
he definitely has one less ring.
I hate the tuck rule. I hate it because it's not that the rule like bothers me when I watch it. It bothers me because of the history of the tuck rule.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what the tuck
I just
rule
hate Tom
did
Brady.
to football. Yeah, we're all. I'm kind of with Dom. I'm not a Tom Brady fan. I always kind of rooted against the guy, to be honest. I got sick and tired of him winning. I remember the first one, I didn't care that he won, but like after it started becoming redundant, I was like, you know what? Yeah, fuck the pay.
I like parody.
Yeah, I like parody.
I mean, if the Lions wanted to win 6 Super Bowls out of 12, that'd be okay.
Well, I mean,
but even that would get old.
And I mean, to be fair, growing up as a Bulls fan, I didn't mind it. You know,
I love Tom Brady.
The Brandon Graham strip sack.
Yeah. And growing up, like I didn't need parody when I was like a Bulls fan and I was a little kid and they were winning all the time and all you knew is that you were better, better than everyone else at basketball. That was fun, but now that's turned, even that, like those special moments has turned into like, it's like a VH1 making the band fucking episode in which they just all hate on each other all the time.
Tyler.
But yeah, I actually think that's a really good point. There's actually a really cool documentary about the tuck rule. It's on ESPN Plus, where Charles Woodson and Tom Brady were like sitting around and actually talking about it. And Charles even brought it up that he agrees with everything you just said, Tyler. And he doesn't see that Tom Brady would be where he's at either. I don't think a lot of people
This man has a whiteboard.
That's awesome. I love that Jay's bringing that. Let's incorporate that to the show. That's fun. It's like Woody Page.
Yes.
Yeah, we need to use the whiteboard. But yeah, I guess that is what we have time for. But we do have some extra time here on the show. A lot of extra time, actually. So we're gonna do something.
We don't have JJ talking. That's why. I'm just kidding, JJ.
I'm not.
Yeah, that's true. That's true because it would have been 30 minutes of Dom and JJ yelling at each other about something.
Like last week.
That didn't happen. That didn't happen this time. So shout out to whatever bar JJ went to for
Margarita Joe.
Giving us a little break from that. But non-sports topic, we're gonna do something. I know it says hip hop conversation, but we're gonna do something different with this. We usually have like one topic, but since we have so much time,
multiple topics.
We're just literally gonna freestyle this, and we're gonna have a bunch of random topics. It's gonna be kind of like the Gauntlet segment, like the rapid fire, but I wouldn't call it that because we literally have like another 10 to 15 minutes left in the show.
Yeah, let's run with it.
So
let's do some multiple ones.
I'm gonna make this like a popcorn thing where I'll start us off with something, and then, as I've been saying tonight, I pass the mic to whoever, and then you have a question and a topic, and then we do that. So I'm gonna get started with 3 movie trilogies. Okay, the first 3: Star Wars trilogy, Lord of the Rings, or The Godfather.
Star Wars for me, man.
Only pick one. But it's
Star Wars. Star Wars. For me, Star Wars.
Okay.
If we're talking, all right, so when you say first 3, do you mean the older ones, 4, 5, and 6? Is that what you mean?
He means first 3 by release.
I mean,
because you couldn't even put Phantom Menace and those other 2 in this.
Just to clarify, you're saying A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi.
So yeah, the original.
That's my pick, then. That's my pick. I think that's the best trilogy of all time. So,
what if you picked the other 3 for the 3?
No one would pick.
Yeah.
No one would pick episode 1, 2, and 3.
God,
Dude,
no.
when I went and saw Phantom Menace, people were booing.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
The Revenge of the
Phantom
Sith
Menace
was
was a
great.
terrible movie.
It wasn't
terrible.
Shout out to Jar Jar Binks.
When
the middle series, part 3 easily was the best one.
When Yoda pulled up to the Chancellor and said, "If so powerful you are, why leave?" That was one of the hardest lines of all time.
Did Dom see Jar Jar Binks? That is the worst Star Wars character of all time.
I did. I said shout out to Jar Jar Binks.
He is the worst Star Wars character of all time.
The worst?
God,
He
I
is.
hate Jar Jar
The worst. You know what? Y'all gonna hate me for this. The worst Star Wars character of all time is Kylo Ren.
Oh, dude, I don't think so.
He's not worse than Jar Jar. He's in the bottom 5.
He's a whiny bitch. He's a whiny emo bitch.
He is. You're not wrong. He's not. He is not. He has some redeeming qualities, whereas Jar Jar has none of that.
His highlight moment was killing his dad, and even we wanted to kill him for that.
I'll be honest, Mace Windu, Samuel L. Jackson, not a good Star Wars character either.
No, not.
No, you walk that back. You walk that bike.
I'm not.
You walk that bike.
No, he's right.
They made Star Wars. I have a problem with the racism because how are you gonna give Samuel L. Jackson a great lightsaber? Like you're just being racist.
He's the only one.
He's the only dude in the galaxy with a great lightsaber. In black.
By the way, Bacon says Godfather. Which would have been...
Grizzler does say the he does say the Godfather.
Godfather it's close. Godfather is a close second because Godfather 3, not that great. First 2, phenomenal, but also Return of the Jedi, not that great compared to the first 2.
We're not giving any love to Lord of the Rings.
I have not seen. I've not seen the second or the third one. I sat through that 6-hour first one. Shit was just finally starting to happen, and I was like, well, I'm not wasting 3 more hours to see 10 more minutes of good shit.
That's my point. Lord of the Rings is good, but like, I feel like it's too long.
Yeah, Return of the King.
You know what I mean?
Return of the King is...
It's like the fucking Transformers movies. The first one was decent. The next, everyone since then was just too fucking long.
I like the first one of Transformers, yeah. I do.
It was good. I saw it in the theater.
Yeah.
It was good.
I'm also gonna say Godfather slightly, but Star Wars in second and Lord of the Rings in third. But I'm gonna pass the mic to Dom.
Okay.
Hang on, it's in my phone. Oh no, I remember. All right, it's almost like a 3-parter.
Okay.
Worst physical altercation you've ever been in. What were the results as far as injuries, and what did you learn from it? Someone else go. I'll go last.
Well, I'll just put him on blast, and Cliff can even attest to this. I got into a fist fight in high school with Thomas DeMarco. I broke the kid's nose. His brother was a lot older than me. His brother showed up at the school, wanted to fight me. So Cliff remembers this vividly because this actually happened in the lunchroom at school. Long story short, basically I was talking to a girl. Wasn't my girlfriend or anything, but I was talking to her, and he grabbed her ass, and she didn't like it. So I stuck up,
just wetted his shit like yaka, broken nose, bitch.
Honorable thing that most people would do. I broke the kid's nose. His brother showed up. His brother wanted to fight me, and then later down the road, his mom and them tried to press charges against me and wanted me to pay his medical bills, in which my mom and my dad at the time were going through a divorce at the time, and we never paid it. And I got suspended for 5 days, but that's it.
Okay, so I don't know why I feel the need to say this, but that story just gave me the heavy Glauberman vibes.
I was just thinking that. I was trying to remember his name.
If you know, you know. If you know, you know.
Shout out to Tim Glauberman, wherever you are.
Oh man, this is bringing back the nostalgia. All right, who wants to go next?
So
I agree with everything you said.
So back in 2015, me and about probably 10 friends, we went to a strip club, and we were all like at the entryway trying to get in. We made it into the building, and we were like paying the fee to get in and everything. And then like right behind me, unbeknownst to me, like two of my buddies had gotten into it with two other guys right there. And then like somebody points, and I turn around, and one guy just like smokes this one dude with the right hand, knocks him out. He's snoring. Then I look behind me, and one of my homegirls got one of the strippers literally in a choke up against the wall, lifted off the ground. Then one guy came after me. I get him. Yeah, one of the strippers. I tackle him down. I ground and pound him. My other buddy comes over. Rest in peace. He ends up kicking him in the ribs and everything. It was just this nasty brawl. Yes, it was a brawl at a strip club, and then we left and everything, and it was just bad. But what I learned from that is, well, put it to you like this: that was the last time.
Damn shit.
Yeah. Like you had to be there. It was one of those. I didn't even want to go in the first place. Like the place just smells like 3 or 4 different STDs at once. Like
that's like La Chambre up here. In the summer, you can smell it when you drive down 96.
Yeah, when it's hot outside, it was one of those type of strip clubs. One of those like real ghetto hole in the walls. And so like, yeah. And then the ultimate lesson, we'll put it to you like this: that was 9 years ago. That was the last time I've been to a strip club. So yeah, that was mine.
Fair.
I mean, I'm a lover, not a fighter, so I can't really speak on this conversation.
Okay, Michael Jackson. I'm a lover, not a fighter.
Well, let's pass it off to another podcast.
Are you gonna skip me again? It was my fucking topic.
Well, go ahead.
Fuck you guys. I said I would go last. I'm never again. I'm going first every time, so I don't get skipped. Fucking Christ.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I can't say it was the worst physical altercation, but because it was one-sided, but it took place right back there at that kitchen table in 2000, late summer of 2006, right before my brother moved to North Carolina. Jeez. We had my mom over for dinner, and my brother got mouthy. I should get up and reenact this, but I was sitting closest to where we are. He was sitting on the other side of the table. He said something smart, so I just got up, walked around to his side of the table, snatched him up by his neck, dragged him outside on the front porch, and was just fucking wailing on him. While we're trying to have dinner with my mom. She's like, oh my God, stop it, you're going to kill him. And I'm like, that's the point. I just went into shit. Because this motherfucker, the last couple of years that he lived here, I had to instill the fear of God and or getting your ass beat by your fucking raging little brother. Because he was just a fucking asshole. I used to smoke cigarettes, right? Not all of them found their way into the ashtray. He would pick them up out of the flower beds and put them in my drinks. He called the cops. He called the cops on me for smoking weed more than once. So eventually, I just had to go in his shit. And it's either
sticking some butts in fucking your drinks.
Yeah, in my fucking lemonade, yo. And after a while, I was just from now on, every time you want to fuck around, you're going to experience some physical harm. And that, when that altercation happened, that was a week before he moved.
Putting cigarettes in someone's drink. I feel like that was a cut scene from the Rick James skit. That's some shit right? Rick James would do.
Yeah, he was on that older brother asshole shit. Since we were kids, we used to try to kill each other. I hit Tony with a tennis racket sideways, to make sure the metal frame connected with his fucking skull.
Chris says that lemonade should be a death sentence.
Yeah, shout out to Bacon, by the way. Bacon's been chiming in. I've been reading Bacon. I can't believe
he has the greatest comments.
Dude, he's been riding with us since the beginning.
I remember one time. I remember when we first posted the NGBN. I posted something on my Instagram story. It was a picture of the Gauntlet, on the Amazon TV, and there was a comment from Grizz saying that. Brandon Staley's a sorry piece of shit or something.
Yeah.
And like everyone that saw my Instagram saw that comment. So.
I still say no one is madder than Brandon Staley's wife. Like, you just had to fuck it up. We were out here in bright and sunny LA. Then you get fired. Now you got to take a job at North Dakota State where it's fucking cold. Like,
oh, someone hired him?
No, I was just making an example. But it would be funny if North Dakota State did hire him.
I mean, he's got to go to state. He's going to win a championship then.
Right. I was going to say they don't want no part of Brandon Staley, but someone's going to let him steal paychecks.
Well, I guess maybe not now. South Dakota State seems to win it every year now, but
yeah, I think they met it. Hey, Bacon had a comment about he was in high school. He fought a kid. Draw it up real quick.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I saw that. He pushed him off a roof.
Yeah,
and broke his collarbone.
Yeah,
that was crazy. In high school, I fought a kid on the roof of a garage at a party. Wanted to play and push him off the roof. Bro, we shouldn't be laughing at that, but
we so right. No, we so wrong for that shit.
How far? Why does an altercation start or even end up on a roof? Like somebody's getting hurt.
Yeah,
I broke my collarbone once. It was fucking painful.
I'll be honest. When he posted that, I was just thinking, like, what is this? Like an action movie? You know, this fight scene. This fight scene's on the roof. Like
he did like 300. This is Sparta. And he just kicked him off.
Or like, you know, like, hey Tyler, you remember them old backyard wrestling videos they used to post on YouTube?
Yeah.
And they was power driving people off the roof. Like that's how I look. But all he got was a broken left collarbone. He actually was real lucky. But yeah, man, Bacon, hell of a story, dude. You were gladiator for that one.
Dude, those people are insane that do that backyard wrestling. Like, I can't imagine these individuals that do it.
Like the dude that always wears the ICP shirts and then just like and then he's like, oh, my back. He's like juggalos and juggalettes.
All right.
This is why I do not identify with that word anymore.
Dom, who are you passing the mic to?
Who hasn't gone?
Either Tyler or Jay.
Tyler, pick a number, even or odd.
Even.
It was odd.
4.
No, it was Jay.
Jay, go ahead.
It was 5.
Okay. So, and shout out to Marshall Hill, Craig Davis. We go ahead and get that out real quick. So, a long time ago, me and Craig had this like debate, right? He believes that Ludacris cannot carry an album. What do y'all think? Can Ludacris carry an album?
Unfriend him in real life.
Yeah, that's
how dare he? Ludacris is one of the 5 most underrated rappers of all time.
Yeah, wow. I think people got more excited at the Super Bowl for Luda being there than anyone during that halftime show. I mean, I don't think that's accurate either. It
is his opinion and everything. And mind you, that was one song. You know, has
he never listened to a Ludacris album?
He has. It just doesn't. It's not.
He just doesn't like Luda.
Yeah, but also at the same time, like, because we talk about like music and everything, and a lot of times he also goes by, you know, what was played in this house growing up. Like, we had a big Michael Jackson Prince debate one time, and he's not really a Prince guy. And I was like, how could you not appreciate Prince? And he was like,
I don't like Prince.
He was like, coming up at the time, dude, like Michael Jackson was played in the house. He was the guy, you know?
Same.
Yeah.
Same. I can appreciate and respect Prince. I'm just not a fan because it was Michael Jackson in my house. I had Thriller on LP. That's long play for you kids. That's a record.
My mom and dad listened to a lot of 90s rock in my house growing up. Like,
I think he's much more talented than Michael Jackson. I just think Michael Jackson is a better performer. But Prince can literally do anything as a musician.
Maybe not. Maybe Prince,
including hold Carmen Electra hostage at his compound for 60 days.
He can play any instrument. If you don't believe me,
dude, he's probably the best halftime show of all time.
Yeah, but so can Kid Rock. Kid Rock can play every instrument.
He can sing, perform, and he can play any instrument.
Prince can play like what, 5 instruments? That's crazy.
Oh, I mean,
I
Dave
think Michael
Grohl.
Jackson
Dave
is just-
Grohl from the Foo Fighters can play.
Yeah, he's a phenomenal musician.
With the way he can perform on a stage, but Prince
Yeah.
can do he's much more well-rounded, I think.
Yeah, no, he is. He absolutely is. Just like, and then like same conversation, because he likes Biggie, but Pac was played in his house growing up, So, and I get that. You're gonna lean toward who you grew up listening to, and that's
all right. I'm gonna throw this in real quick because we're getting to the end. So, do you guys like sweet or savory grits? Go.
Sweet.
Savory, because I like to savor the grits in my taste buds.
Savory.
Okay. I'm actually with Jay. I like them sweet. So look at that.
Yeah, locked in.
Were these magic grits? Did you buy these grits from the same guy that Jack bought his magic beans from?
I put this on Facebook one time, and they came at me because I like sugar and butter in mine, and they were like, "Sugar doesn't go in grits." I'm like, "Yes, the hell it does."
It does, if that's how you like them. You don't get to tell me how to eat my grits.
But I get some of the answers. They was like, cheese goes in grits. I don't put cheese in my grits. I put cheese in my scrambled
egg. You don't
egg.
eat grits, James?
Not like all the time, no.
He's probably never had grits.
So my wife likes them savory. That
one time at the cookout.
It's not a staple for me for breakfast. It's not.
I mean, I've only ever had them. Well, I've had them probably like a dozen times, but I don't even know how to make them.
Eggs are my favorite breakfast food. I eat eggs every single day.
Oh, that's fair, dude.
That's very fair. I mean, grits, if you've ever had cream of wheat, it's similar to that.
Oh, that was going to be one of mine. I'll save it for next week. But future topic, how do you like your eggs?
My favorite breakfast item. I like them geez, I change it up, but sunny side up is probably my favorite.
Right. There's so many different ways. I like them scrambled, sunny side up. I like them over hard on a sandwich. I like a poached egg. It's pretty hard to fuck up an egg.
Eggs are also
Sometimes I like to get up at 5 a.m, put on my crusty gray sweatsuit, crack 5 of them in a glass, and drink them, and then go for a run in my Chuck Taylors, a la Rocky.
An egg on a burger, too. I'm a big fan of that.
Yes. On a BLT.
They're one of the best things you can eat because they're so high in all these nutrients, protein. There's a lot of protein in eggs, so if you eat a lot of eggs, it'll keep you full for a long period of time.
Honestly, that's probably my favorite breakfast food when I think about it. I mean, I love French toast, but when I think about all around, eggs.
You can do anything with eggs. You can make omelets. You can make.
It's the centerpiece. You ever had eggs ranchero?
Yes.
You can put meat and all these different kinds.
Dude, I could eat scrambled eggs. I could eat anything. Any eggs.
Yeah, you can do anything with eggs, bro.
People are like, I don't like eggs. I'm like, I don't like you because you don't like eggs. Who doesn't like eggs?
Yeah, even scrambled.
Or there's some people that are like, I don't like breakfast food.
So my daughter has an egg allergy, though. I will.
Oh
say that.
no.
That sucks.
Yeah. So is
you can get
So is Mike Booth's wife. Mike Booth's wife does too, so I've talked to him about it. But yeah.
Wow! Shout out to Mike Booth. There's a blast from the past.
I know. Love that guy.
He was on. It was either the Kevin Love man boner or the Bears have small dicks.
I think it was.
I can see it in my head.
He was on both episodes.
I think it was both.
Last one. Which one of those was funnier? When Dom said the thing about the bear dicks, or when Dom said the man boner?
The man boner. Because before that, they was talking about running backs, and he was like such and such was like a cunt hair better than Derrick Henry.
Dude, there was another one. What was the other one?
Man boner, bear dicks. Cunt hair.
Kyrie called him penis cancer.
Oh, penis cancer! I cannot take original credit for that. That's
I say bear dicks though.
If you
bear
get,
dicks is I'm
you
going
can
bear
get
dicks.
one of your nuts
Final
cut off
answer.
if you have testicular cancer, but if you get penis cancer,
it's a wrap.
Yeah, that was funny. But if you can't take credit for it, I'm going with bear dicks.
Well, I think the bear dicks was much more random because I actually think we were in the middle of a segment and then we're like.
No, we were talking about dicks somehow, some way.
I don't think we were.
No,
I just had small bear dicks on the brain.
We were talking about the bear, like Chicago Bears or something, and then you.
Yeah, and you were like, bear dicks are real small, and we were like, I'm so what? And then that was the one because Gregory Joseph, shout out to him, he was on the episode, and go look at his face when Dom said it.
Wait, bro. No, the funniest part was not even how he said it. It was how he said like, "Oh yeah, I watched a documentary about it," and he started like citing all these sources.
No. It's like another podcast that I watched. He watched a documentary.
Dude,
It was Too Dope from ICP. Dude, he was going on about bear dicks for a half hour.
Dom made sure to cite his sources.
The penis cancer one was funny too because of Cliff's reaction. Cliff's like, ah.
Yeah.
Well, it's because Dom will say stuff and he doesn't say it like to be funny. He just like randomly does it.
Yeah.
Deadpan.
That's why we
It just happens. You never expect it. But this was another great episode, guys. This was a nostalgic episode. Tyler, thanks for coming on, bro. So next time you want to come on, let us know. Like, the Gauntlet is cool.
Of course.
And people watching at home definitely love it when you come on. So shout out to you. Shout out to the 4 horsemen that got us here. And we will see you guys next week.
Unconventional Kings!
Spay and neuter your pets.